Talking about Brad Keselowski, who will start inside of row number 4. 50 green flag laps. Here we go.
Reese a little shot already to Austin Cindric on the start.
Well, Cindric didn't really get going there. Looking for a hole on the bottom. Found it. Now what?
And this goes right back to what Harvick just told us. These tires take a little bit of time to come in and the car to settle in, but this is also a great opportunity to take advantage of that and make some big moves early.
Good point right there, Tony, and it's so hard to do is protect and keep track of that thing, keep the car underneath of you on low air pressure. We know it's going to be slipping, sliding around, but that's what it takes to be good on a long run.
Bowman is third. Preece on the outside wants the spot. Kurt Busch on the inside in the 45, also trying to get there. Bubba Wallace driving away.
It's a perfect example where the 21 car into the 15 pushes the 15 into the 45. Now, the 45 thinks he got hit from just the 15. Started behind him.
Tony, that's why you have spotters.
Yeah, but they really going to tell the truth all the time, you think?
Alex Bowman in the final transfer spot in the 48.
He looks to just keep getting better and better with every lap. You can see him really driving to the rear bumper of the 2 machine of Austin Cindric. Look for a pass to be coming soon. That opens the door up for Kurt Busch. Get as close as you can because you know that pass is coming, and go with him. Here he goes. Alex Bowman to the inside of Austin Cindric, and you're going to see Kurt Busch try to get in position to go with him.
And Austin gave him a lot of room.
Too much room. Now,
freight train.
Yep.
Looks like being hung on the outside at Martinsville.
Or the old Bristol is what it reminded me of. Before they repaved Bristol, that's exactly what you do. Get hung out, go straight to the back.
Brad Keselowski very methodical. He's now moved up to 6th place. Not making a lot of noise, but a lot of time to go. 41 laps.
And literally in a lap and a half, Austin Cindric lost 5 positions before he could get back in line.
So now it's Kurt Busch in the final transfer spot, and he's not going to settle for that if he can help it.
Now you're starting to see Kurt Busch really pushing Alex Bowman, but collectively they're both catching Bubba Wallace. Now he's going to have to be careful, protect, get gone, do whatever it takes, but do not let both of those cars get around you and be in that transfer spot, the bubble spot.
And I think he's going to be in trouble here in a minute because Alex is having to protect a little bit on the entry, which is definitely slowing his lap time. But him and Kurt are both closing in.
And I think it's all right in the middle of the corner. He's having to use extra brakes, slow the car down just a little too much right in the middle of the corner where Alex Bowman can really roll through with more momentum.
Ty Dillon almost sent Brad Keselowski up into the wall at the outside of turn 2. They are back out of contention, but trading a good bit of paint.
So Alex Bowman slide the left front tire there. We've seen so many guys do that all weekend long. And Kurt Busch again doing everything he can do to make sure he's on his bumper if he looks to the inside to go with him.
Burton to the inside of Preece. Contact turn 2.
Yeah, roll that center straight off
and they get away with it. Now here comes Ty Dillon into Burton, into Preece.
From a mile and a half back too.
Yep. Here's another look at it.
And here's the thing with the spotters, they can hit the button and they can try to tell everybody where somebody's coming in, but you have such a short amount of time to relay that information that sometimes it's just too late. It's not that the spotter's not doing his job and not that the driver's not hearing him, but it's just way too fast. Happens way too fast.
Yeah, you'll feel it before you hear it.
Exactly.
This feels like I'm watching, and you know, if I'm in the car right here, this feels so much like Martinsville, where you're protecting, can't let get off that bottom line and let him around you, because if you do, you're going straight to the back.
Up just a little bit, still half back, looking for the cross here.
And that cross, that's exactly what I love about this racetrack, Tony. When you go down on them rumble strips and you protect that inside, it gives that guy an opportunity to go out, part of the corner in, and get a better drive up off him to get underneath of you.
So what I'm having a hard time figuring out watching Bubba around there is he really tight in the center, or is he trying to protect the exit and get a straight drive, because he gets turned and then he drives off straight from the bottom?
Well, it's effective, and it's working right now. But you saw Harrison Burton get around Ryan Preece. Harrison Burton in that 21 car, he's going to make this interesting if he's able to catch those top 3 cars.
Now, Kurt Busch has backed off about half a car length. He had, kind of as if he was saving his stuff and letting this play out ahead of him. Or is he going to get in there and stir the drink?
This is that anticipation, that crunch zone, of what I was hoping to see with this place. Now you're starting to see the 21 catch those top 3. That's, well, until Ty Dillon gave him a little bit of bumper.
Whoa.
But that is just,
Bowman got into Wallace. Looking for it, and around goes the 21, and Preece gets into him. We stay green.
Yellow, 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 yellow.
No, we don't. Yes, we do. No, we don't. There's the flag.
Wow, you're going to see somebody not happy right here with Harrison Burton. It's do or die time. Obviously, Ty Dillon does not want to be the one that goes home from this one.
All right, so finally we're under caution, and here's why.
Makes the move low. Harrison sees it, tries to protect, gets hit in the back. Thank goodness the wall was there to catch him.
Wall saved him.
There's the first contact.
I don't know how to sell it any other than it's just desperation. It's time to go. But I can tell you that's going to put the pressure on Kurt Busch, on Alex Bowman, and definitely on Bubba Wallace. He cannot let these cars get underneath them. If any one of those guys gets stuck to the outside, they could be out and headed to the house.
Watch for the choose. That's going to be key here. Now here's Harrison Burton. Hold your ears.
Well, you know how he wants to race. Game on.
I like it.
Larry Mack.
Mike, I'm a Greg Ives, crew chief for Alex Bowman. You're running second, 26 laps to go. Where do you choose? Short and simple.
Yeah, we got to choose the inside here. Luckily, we got to watch a couple of races beforehand, and the inside seemed to win out most of the time, even if you could get the front road. So I saw the 5 fight pretty hard in his heat race, but we're going to choose the inside here.
No question. I think that's the way to go, Mike.
Our thanks, Larry. Let's find out. 2 to go before we restart. So they will approach the choose V painted on the racetrack. First 3 go to the inside. Ty Dillon and Harrison Burton to the outside. Going for glory.
I'm shocked that Kurt Busch didn't take the opportunity. We're race car drivers. We're greedy. We want to take the free spot.
I still think he made the right decision there. Those 3 inside positions are going to be the ones that prevail here. The 42, he's the one that I want to know what's going to happen.
How about these beautiful aerial shots provided by Goodyear? Anything can happen as long as you have the drive. Goodyear, more driven. Welcome to downtown Los Angeles.
As much as Kurt Busch, you feel like made the right decision, I also feel like Ty Dillon made the right decision where he was at to go ahead and take that front row starting spot.
I like that conversation until you put the guy that he just knocked out of the way right on his bumper. Don't you think for a second that 21 isn't going to repay this favor?
26 laps to go. Bubba gets into it with Ty Dillon, and here comes Bowman on the bottom. And Bubba can't close the door. Bowman ruffles him up just a bit. Busch looking on.
Ty Dillon right there. 42 cars holding his own on the outside. Better get this sorted out. Bubba Wallace needs to get down, and he did it right there.
Did a great job at it too.
Now it's Dillon on the outside, and Bowman slips up high. He's going to lose the lead.
Remember what we talked about here? Bring the 45. He's inside him now, still there, top.
Huge run off of turn 2 for Alex Bowman. He's going to have to hold him down here and try to make him loose underneath of him.
5 cars under a blanket heading into turn 1.
Oh, Bubba went way out wide, used him up.
3 wide. Into the corner. And Bowman is back to 5th.
And he so desperately, when he went into turn 3, he lifted early from the outside and wanted to turn down across and diamond that exit off. Landon Castle took that hole.
Busch for the lead.
Repay for Ty Dillon at 21. Kurt Busch underneath Bubba Wallace. This is what we came for right here.
And Harrison Burton gets sent up the racetrack again. Bowman gets into Dillon. Jumps underneath him, nothing there.
You notice when they get in traffic like this and they're fighting for the transfer spot, how that white line is invisible at that point. Oh!
Around goes the 15.
Crosses out turn 4.
Ryan Preece got turned around by Landon Castle. Caution.
Tony, it's so fun to watch this race sit next to you because I've raced with you all these years. I knew exactly what you would do with that guy pushing you around right there. There's no chance that car would make another lap here if he was on that racetrack. Well, I've seen you wreck guys that were in a fight with somebody else. It wasn't even your fight.
Here's what happened.
Big move to the inside by Landon there. And Ryan had his right front underneath the left rear of Austin.
But if you're Landon Castle, I hate to say this, that's the cards that he's dealt. I've watched him, what was it, 4 laps ago, he was actually looking to the inside for a transfer spot.
Exactly.
So he can get back up there, but he can't do it behind everybody.
18 laps to go. Desperate times in LA. NASCAR on Fox is sponsored by Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. Is it the best Coke ever? 18 laps to go in last chance qualifier number 2. 2311 is now a 2-car team. Kurt Busch and Bubba Wallace for 2022. They're out front. Regan.
Car owner Denny Hamlin watching his 2 cars up front. Denny, what are the nerves like for you right now on this race even?
I'm nervous. I'll be way more nervous than when I'm driving it. When I'm driving, I can control what I want to do. It's not always the best thing, but you know, when you're watching, you're out of control, and so you're trying to backseat drive here and there. But the 23 is the one I'm worried about. Just not. He needs to carry a little more entry speed to not get punted.
All right, here we go. With Denny's cars, 1-2 on the inside, 3 cars to qualify. And Ty Dillon in the 42 trying to hold on to a transfer spot. 3 wide in the 3rd row.
Austin Cindric has probably been one of the best cars I've seen all day on starts, restarts of getting inside of guys on the entry.
Probably has the most experience with this sequential shifter as well. But you see Alex Bowman, he's had it. He's been beat around, pushed around, shoved to the back.
Ty Dillon.
Austin Cindric off the pace here.
Dillon had a great restart. A little too great, NASCAR said. He jumped the restart and will have to go to the tail end.
Oh, no. Costly air. I saw him jump. I didn't know if they call him for it or not.
There is a Geico restart zone, and the car on the inside of the front row must fire off first.
Well, that puts the 21 of Harrison Burton back in the transfer position with Alex Bowman catching him.
So the black flag will be out for Dillon.
Restart violation. How? Stop. I'm gonna recheck it. I stopped.
And there's There's a look at it, bottom of your screen.
If you don't drop to the back, they're going to put you in the infield.
And you see Dillon was on the gas before the restart zone, jumped out in front of Kurt Busch, so he can resume racing once he gets to the tail end of the line.
And Kurt's the control
Let's go
car.
now.
Kurt's the control car. He's the one that is in charge of where in that restart zone they get on the gas.
So now the fight for 3rd is the 21, Harrison Burton, the rookie, against Alex Bowman in the 48.
And the fight is on. You can see them all pushing and shoving. Bubba Wallace has to go. Listening to Denny Hamlin, I see exactly how Denny did. He's got to get it into the corners harder. These guys are overdriving. They're driving deeper into the corner. They're going to be into him and move him out of the way.
Bowman just used up the left rear quarter panel on Burton's car.
I think
9 to go.
Burton's spending more time looking behind him than in front of him.
Turn 2, Landon Castles around off the front bumper of Brad Keselowski. And everybody gets a chance to catch their breath.
I need it.
Caution laps do not count. Well, this may be a break for Ty Dillon. Nine laps to go in this final last chance qualifier. Boy, somebody's VIP suite doesn't have any headroom. All right, we thought the first 3 drivers would choose the inside. Harrison Burton, running third, said, no, I'm going for it from the outside of the front row. Ryan Preece outside of Bubba Wallace in 4th, and that leaves Alex Bowman in 5th, and Brad Keselowski from the back comes all the way up to row 3. That's what happens with the choose rule in play. 9 laps to go.
42 car has been involved in everything in this race at some point.
If you were the insurance adjuster on this play, you'd be filling out forms on 4 cars, I think.
He's getting canceled Monday.
Yeah. Policy not renewed.
Here we go. Not necessarily what I thought was going to happen here. Harrison Burton joining the outside front row.
Did he make a good move? A good choice?
We're fixing to find out. Here we go.
Green, green, green. Outside door.
Alex Bowman really pushed Bubba Wallace into the corner and shoved Harrison Burton up.
Wow.
Wow. Cindric just sent it in there.
Good on the brakes. So
And
good.
he comes out 5th in the number 2. And he gets hit by Dillon and turned around. And around.
I mean, it just shocks me. I can't believe that happened.
You feel like you're on the merry-go-round and the guy with the lever, you know, like went to get a sandwich, wouldn't turn it off.
But honestly, this is the LA Coliseum. You're trying to make the big show. You're going to put yourself in positions that you wouldn't normally put yourself in. And
Well, come on. Ty Dillon has hit everything but the lottery.
yeah, the pace. I'll be honest. If I'm the pace car driver, I'm nervous right now. After you get through the top 3, there is 0 give and take.
Right.
And
Well, the 0 give.
right.
There's a whole lot of take.
There's a ton of take.
So once this LCQ is finished, the cars will get ready for the main event. Pitbull will perform a concert, and he gets to cheer on his team Trackhouse in the finale. A lot going on for the fans here in Los Angeles, and for you at home watching on Fox. All right, if you're Harrison Burton, do you choose that outside front row again?
Well, he didn't this time. I tell you who is happy about that, though, and I think it's the right decision, is Alex Bowman. I mean, he's got to do something. He's got to gain a spot.
Yep.
You can't do it by following him.
And I agree with that. Alex Bowman, I think he has probably the best car out there, but he just can't get in the right situation on these restarts. Keeps getting pushed around on the right, on the wrong side of you know, the good. Maybe he's right next time.
And let's talk about Ty Dillon in the 42. You know, he's back in the Cup Series this year. He's with a new expanding team, Petty GMS, trying to make his mark, trying to make it into the big show.
And I'm not sold that he's not going to make it. He's right back on the outside of the second row. I just know he doesn't have any friends out there at all. And if he moves down in front of somebody, he's going to wish he didn't.
If I'm Alex Bowman, I'm excited that I got that opportunity to go from 4th and restart 2nd, because I do feel like he's better than the 23 car speed-wise. The part that does make you nervous, though, now that you got Ty behind you.
4 of the top 5 have all won on NASCAR's previously shortest track, Martinsville Speedway, in one of NASCAR's 3 national series. Race day next right here on Fox. And then the Busch Light Clash at the Coliseum. All right, here we go again. 8 laps to go. Green flag.
Oh, big shot. That all started with Harrison Burton giving Bubba Wallace a big shot down in the corner, knocked Kurt Busch out of the way.
And Cindric dives it in there again, and he's going to come out maybe with third, maybe with fourth. How did that happen?
Didn't see it coming for sure.
Elbow, gloves are off, boys.
All right, third, side by side. The rookie, Austin Cindric, the former champion, Kurt Busch, the 2 in the 45. One of them may make the show. The other goes home.
And Harrison Burton to the inside for the lead. Austin Cindric.
Burton got into Wallace, and the rookie takes the lead. The fight is on for second and third. Here comes Cindric on the inside. Wham! And Kurt Busch piles into the outside wall.
Yellow's out, yellow's out, yellow's out, yellow's out.
Whoa.
This has become go or go home on the rollback.
Desperation. You knew it was going to.
All right, let's pick this apart one incident at a time because there were several.
Where do we start here, though?
Well,
the 23 into the 45.
But that came from a shot off of the 21. Go ahead.
Everybody after third gets roughed up. They pile it on down into the corner.
Here comes your 42 back in the mix.
And he's got to do everything he can.
Oh, there just wasn't room for Kurt Busch once they got to 2.5 wide.
Wrong place at the wrong time.
We don't have enough eyes in our head.
Denny Hamlin's reaction. His car, one of them is still in it, and one of them
Bubba, even
in the infield.
off of 4, Bubba got loose and had to use a lot of real estate up off, didn't get off the corner good. That all kind of stacked that up for a big, massive 3-wide entrance into turn 1. And this cat right here, he is not going to be happy. Within a few laps, he went from the lead to out of the race, and watching this on the couch.
Kurt's in a good spot there on the outside until Austin Cindric sends it in underneath Bubba Wallace. And then it's a short distance to the wall.
So there you see Bubba Wallace really shoot up and move down to protect. That put Kurt Busch on the outside 3 wide.
And that's not Kurt. Kurt's not doing anything bad in that scenario. He's just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Regan?
Well, tough break for Kurt Busch. Kurt, things got very physical out there. You ended up on the wrong end of it. Talk me through it from your perspective.
I just got put in a bad spot on one of the restarts, and when you're not managing the race and holding the white line, you're in a vulnerable spot. So, I mean, we needed to transfer. We needed to start off strong, and we did not. But just disappointed that we're not in the 8 main, and we're racing hard in a Coliseum. This is what it's all about. It's fun. NASCAR did a good job putting all this together. But thanks to Monster Energy, Toyota, Jumpman, everybody that's part of this team. We're supposed to be in the 8 main. We're not.
I appreciate that interview right there. Those
Yes.
are hard words to say. Stay positive about it, but I appreciate Kurt Busch in that interview.
He was very gracious.
But I think it shows how much it means to everybody to be in this finale at the LA Coliseum.
5 laps to go. Rookies on the inside of the front 2 rows. Burton in the 21, Cindric in the blue deuce. And Cindric gets into Bowman, and that separates him out a bit. Wallace turns Cindric around and into the inside barrier, which is concrete.
I can't believe what I've seen.
Yeah, you can.
No,
Yeah,
I can't.
yeah,
Now
you
Ty
really can.
Dillon is somehow going to make the race, and Ryan Preece
Wait a
is in
minute. Wait a minute. We can't even say that yet.
it.
There's way too much that can still happen in this race.
Well, this was bump 'em, thump 'em, and dump 'em. There's Austin Cindric in a solid 3rd place, and here we come to the corner.
Hubbard just got in really, really hard and hit him, and then you can't put that on anybody. It's
Well,
desperation time. I don't know what else to say.
but it is what it is. I mean, it is. It's desperation time, and you either want to make the race or you don't. But there's a reason it happened, and
Riding with Bubba Wallace.
right there.
Dash cam. But
But
this
it
is
also
short
took
track.
Bubba out of the race, too. That's a decision you have to make. You got into him to move him out of the way, but unfortunately, it just probably took him out of the race.
Hey, Bubba's had this happen to him during the race, too.
Yeah.
Nobody's got a clean slate in this race right now. Everybody's been involved in something at some point.
But this is quarter-mile short track racing.
Absolutely.
Happens all across the country, Friday, Saturday nights, everywhere. Close quarters, short races.
It's also why we've been saying since we've went on the air yesterday in practice, we all knew these LCQs were going to be where the action was. I was surprised the first one was as calm as it was, but when usually no different than a track like Daytona. If that first race is calm, you could always know that second race was going to be wild in the qualifiers.
Now, the outside wall here is the safer barrier that we're used to seeing at NASCAR tracks. The inside are the concrete jersey barriers that you're used to seeing along the highway. And the forklift is now going to move one and put it back into place. Regan?
Alex Bowman sitting here in the infield. His race is over short. Alex, things got a little bit interested out there. Had a little bit of bumper cars. Appeared you were in a good spot, and then you weren't.
Yeah, I felt like we were one of the best cars. Like, we were definitely better than Bubba, and he was running a really aggressive line, kind of taking my exit away, and finally got underneath him and passed him, and he shipped me back in the next corner. But I mean, short track racing was part of coming to a place like this, and what has ensued in the last 15 minutes, I don't know what you call that, but hopefully everybody at home is excited, and I see a lot of fans excited, which is what matters, and it's why we're here. So I hate it for Ally and Hendrick Motorsports. They all crashed down there, and I just tried to get to the outside of them and drove it in the fence. So I hate that we tore up a race car. Hate it for Ally to not be in the show later. Hope the fans are having fun. That's all I have to say.
Michael, things are getting interesting down here at the racetrack.
Interesting up here for sure, Regan. I'm with Chase. And Chase, since you walked up, the action has really picked up.
Yeah, I don't know why that happened, but yeah, this is, I was eating lunch and watching the first one. It was pretty uneventful, and then came up here, and this obviously has been a different deal. So I don't know. I don't know what to expect later. It can go one of two ways. It can go like the first last chance, or it can go like this. So we'll see.
You're all right with rolling your sleeves up if you have to, though, right?
Well, whatever's entertaining. This is an event, right? So whatever we need to do to make it a good show. But I think what happened here in this race is people have realized how vulnerable you are, and you know, just rooting people out of the way, how easy it is to do. And you know, the two obviously was running over everybody, and everybody's being aggressive. So I don't know. I guess it depends on how bad you want to win, and it'll be entertaining, that's for sure.
Entertaining. The fans are loving it, guys. They're cheering up here.
Sounds like the fans more so than the drivers. For most Angelinos, road rage is associated with the drive home. Here at the Coliseum, road rage is associated trying not to have to go home.
Exactly. And to think back to the 19, remember when we saw him make the decision, we'll take a provisional, let's stay out of that chaotic mess? Boy, that was a good decision.
And then he's going, I can't understand why he wouldn't. I bet he understands now.
That's exactly right.
Because Truex would have been in this race. They would have started 10 instead of 9 cars. And now we have 7 racing for 3 spots. I don't think we're, Mr. Yellow Flag, he's not done yet.
No, he's just getting his arms and legs stretched out here and getting ready for
we still have 5
finish.
laps. I don't know if we have enough automobiles out there to handle it, but we still have 5 laps for these 3 spots, and I'm ready for it.
Like Neil Bonnet once told me after he got knocked out of a race, I said, who's your biggest contender here? He says, Pace Car's got a good shot at it. This is not over. Harrison Burton, Ty Dillon on the front row, Ryan Preece, Bubba Wallace, Brad Keselowski hasn't made any noise in this qualifying yet, Landon Castle and Austin Cindric.
And I can't help but to think some of these guys that we've been watching beating and banging up there 3 wide, knocking the front, you know, wheels off this thing. I can't help but to think that some of those suspension components mean something out here. Maybe Brad's going to be able to catch up to him and capitalize.
Brad has not had speed, but he certainly has more experience than anybody else in this field. Can he transfer in with that new number 6 Ford? Let's find out. 5 laps to go. Burton, Dillon, Preece, Dillon with the bumper to the 21.
Say it isn't so.
Preece in third, looking for more.
Preece underneath the 42 of Ty Dillon. Here it comes. Ty Dillon in the 21.
No!
Come on.
He was shoving him at the same time. Let's get us spun around here.
All you had to do was stay in line, and this would be over by now.
But that started with the 4th place running car that's 1 spot out of the transfer.
Right. And Harrison Burton, who was the leader, becomes the victim. Here's a look at it.
I mean, just shoved him in there.
Yeah, but you see Ryan Preece was into the 42. In all fairness, 42 once again got into the 21 and finally finished him off.
Check up, down, up. He's coming, yellow's up. Keep close up, stay behind the 42.
It's just too bad, though, in my opinion. That's the top 3 transfer cars right there that are beating and banging and wiping each other out.
And we said this a minute ago. Nobody's been immune. Nobody's been incident-free in this race whatsoever. I mean, everybody's trying to get to the show.
I don't get it, Tony. If those top 3 all just stay in line, they'll make the show.
But that would make sense.
Oh, you have a point. All right.
He was thinking the same thing.
3 laps to go.
Well, we've seen the 42 go from the back to the front, back to the back, now back to the front. So I don't think it's impossible for Harrison Burton to try to make this time up again.
Or the 2 sitting clear back here in the 3rd row. He's extremely good on these restarts. Tony, you alluded to it earlier, getting up through the gearbox. I don't think there's a front end left on that thing. Look how smashed up it is, and to see and to think that car still could make this race. Pretty mind-blowing.
I'm not counting out Landon Castle, and he's starting back out in row 4 of the cheap seats.
Well, and you can't count out Brad Keselowski either. I mean, he's probably had the cleanest race. I mean, he's been involved in a bunch of stuff, but I don't think he's really caused a lot, but he's just 1 spot out at this point.
The vice turns a little tighter with 3 laps to go. Big jump for Ty Dillon.
Jumped pretty quick, too. Pretty early.
Preece in second.
Slid left.
Wallace in third. Keselowski 1 spot away, and Burton trying to gain on the outside. 2 to go.
Look at him all the way down, all 4 wheels underneath that white line to protect.
Harrison got in way hard. Brad's going to move him out of the way.
And that should do it, because that separates the top 3.
Dive bomb. 1 last effort, Harrison. You're going to do it. Let's see. I don't know.
Not close enough.
Say it. Better send it.
Couldn't get there.
Bubba Wallace makes the race.
Ty Dillon, Ryan Preece, Bubba Wallace advance.
I'll be honest, I'm
pretty
excited.
ugly 50-lapper.
Well, yeah, definitely ugly. But I'm excited to see the 42 car, because I don't think this is going to be the last time we talk about him tonight.
Great job, buddy. Great job.